Okay, a brief introduction into the race. Today we are racing on the cobbled climbs. If you look at here, this is the course profile, and the two red sections are the only segments that we're going to be able to get points on. So this Libby Hill, I believe, is about a 2-minute effort, and 23rd Street is like a 30-second effort. So basically, it's going to be a 2-minute power and a 30-second power showdown just to stay with that front group. So my strategy is always similar in these points races: try to stay as close to the front as I can so that I can get FAL and FTS points, but stay with that lead group. So I'm not going to absolutely completely blow myself up trying to hit these so that I get dropped, because I've done that in the past and it'll get you in big trouble. So we're going to be racing, 23 miles, because it's 5.7 times 4, quick math, I believe it's like 23 miles. Not much to see there. The only I want to go through the power-ups really quick. So we have the burrito and the ghost. The draft and the arrow are normal, but the ghost and the burrito are a bit out of the norm, and I hate this burrito, because what happens is if somebody pops it and you're behind them, you lose all draft. So as they're taking off, if it's screwed me in the past. So the ghost also, it will make you invisible for like 15 seconds. Oh yeah, 15 seconds. And so you can attack and try to get away. I've never used it. I don't love it, but some people like it. So the only other thing is I wanted to look at the points right here on this little pie chart. So if you look, the FAL, which is first across line, and the FTS account for 86% of the points. So I really do want to make sure that I stay close to the front so that I can take some of those points on the segments. And then the finish is 11%. So enough of me ranting. Let's get into the race and see how it plays out. Okay, so we are now in the flat section. I'm just going to speed this up until we hit the first climb. Typically, the race will stay together until the first climb, so I'm just going to speed this up. And we're just going to kind of play it out. I'll keep it sped up a little bit, but we'll see how this first climb plays out. And then you'll be able to see right after that, we get a tiny bit of rest and then straight into the sprint.
I guess.
Stay with the front group if we can.
Russian ghost.
Okay, so right there you heard Ben say Russian ghost. He's saying that the Russian guy did a ghost, so we can't see him. I just wanted to put this in normal speed. Watch right there. You see him pop back in, and he's way up the road. So good thing Ben saw it. You saw him follow the attack, and then I tried to follow Ben as well. It actually put us in a pretty good position on this first climb. So I was actually wrong. It was about a 1-minute effort. I was thinking 2 minutes originally, but I'm actually going to keep this in real time. Really quick, I was able to finish third in FAL and third in FTS, so getting some good points there. But I'm going to keep this in real time so you can see how quick it is before we have to hit this next sprint. So if you look at the green dots on my screen, you'll see we're about to descend, and right when we get to the bottom of that descent, it's full gas all the way to the top of that climb.
Oh, man.
Okay, so that gives you an idea of how quick those two climbs are together, and we're not even done with one lap yet. If you look right next to my head, there's a little notation of how many people are with us. We've already thinned this group of 50 down to 10. So you can tell how hard we pushed over those climbs, and now we're on a third climb. So going into the third and final lap, you know, this 10, I'll be honest, I was like, this 10 will probably stay together, and then this happened. So right there you saw the one guy in the yellow jersey, he's on the Russian team. He drops a burrito and then he takes off. And then immediately his other teammate follows him, and then the other guy attacks on him. And within seconds, they had a group of 4 off the front, like we were just standing still. Right here, I'm going, man, we just finished one lap. We should be able to catch them, no problem. And then all of a sudden, they had 15 seconds on us, and that's when I started getting worried. So rolling back through this flat section, the group that was behind us caught up to us. So now we had a group of 18 thinking, oh man, they've only got 4. Us 18 should be able to catch them pretty quick. So now we're rolling into that first climb for the second time, 18 of us with 4 of them off the front. So let's see if we can catch up to them. So once again, Ben and I hit this pretty hard, trying to close that gap down. I was thinking there was a chance we could catch them by the top of this, because you could see them right there as we rounded that corner. You can still see them, but we came up over the top and they were able to hold that gap. So now as we begin to descend down this hill, we have now closed that gap to 5 seconds. So we get to the bottom of this, and here we go into the sprint. Let's see if we can catch them by the top of this one. And boom, just like that, the gang's all back together again. So right here in my head, I'm thinking those guys just wasted a whole bunch of effort trying to stay away from us. We caught them. Now we should be able to keep this group together again. But these guys just don't stop. So I'm going to slow it down here and pay attention. Right there. You see that guy pop up in the screen? These guys just have unlimited energy, and he's on the attack. Okay, I'm going to speed this up again just until we get to that climb. So next thing you know, this guy has he's opened up a 20-second gap on this group of 17 of us. Once again, the group behind us caught us. It's like game of cat and mouse. So by the time we got to this next climb, he already had 20 seconds into us. But again, I'm going, oh, we caught him last time. I'm sure we can do it again. So as we crest up over that climb, take note here, he still has a 20-second gap on us. I was able to get some good points on the FAL. I don't know about FTS on that one, but he's still got 20 seconds on us. We'll slow it down at the top of this next climb and see where he's at. So now we're at the descent, the bottom of the descent of the second climb. And this guy's a robot. Look at that. He still has a 20-second gap on the group of us. We thinned it down to 12, and it's like it just keeps doing the same thing. We thin it down to 10, they catch up to us. Thin it down to 10, they catch up to us. But this guy out front, I'm starting to think, oh, man, he might be able to stick this thing out. So this last lap was a little bit uneventful. Well, I say that, but there was a couple people trying to attack, nothing really stuck, but I think the key thing to note here is by the time we get to those climbs, just pay attention to that guy's gap. I mean, he's got like a 50-second gap now. Not only did we not close it, he actually opened it up more. And now he's sitting almost a minute ahead of this group. Now, when we come up over the top of this second climb, I was fully gassed. And next thing I know, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys out in front of me. And then this guy right here drops a burrito. I think that just like did me in. I saw that, well, you can see right now, I'm like, I was just like demoralized. How dare you do this to me right now? And I'm a little bit disappointed in my performance here because I kind of just gave up. I think I probably could have chased him down, but I was tanked, and I kind of accepted my fate. So hindsight's 20/20. It's always easy to say, oh, I gave up, oh, I should have done better. But listen to what I say right here. You can tell I'm just gassed.
I'm all right with this. 11th finish. I did really good on the segments.
Go, Brandon.
So that was kind of that. I accepted my fate. Luckily right here, I think that Russian guy really must have done himself in. I was able to pass him, but so I finished in the top 10, which was my ultimate goal at the beginning. And so I'm not super disappointed, but I'm kind of disappointed. I think I could have stuck it out with those guys. So let's dive in here and look at the results after all the points have been calculated. So I'm currently sitting in the airport, so hopefully the background noise isn't too much. But this is just like the Zwift Power results, which is just like the overall results. You can see that this Russian team had 4 of the top 5 were them. Ben just absolutely crushed it. He was only 1 second behind Constantine. But that guy that went off the front, he stayed off the front and beat everybody by 30 seconds. Just hats off to him. And then Arza down here finished in 9th, and I finished in 10th, which we're on the same team. So Ben, Arza, and myself were all able to finish in the top 10, which is super good for our overall results. So let's try and pop over here to the WTRL site. This shocked me a little bit. I mean, we just absolutely crushed it, but they still were able to put some points into us. So they beat us by almost 100 points. But you can see these guys crushed us by like 400 points. I mean, just absolutely smashed it. If you dive down in here into the individuals, you can see Ben got a ton of points, 471. I got 441. Ours got 407. It was just really good all around. But you come up here and all of them that raced had over 400 points. So that just goes to show you that they just absolutely crushed it.